whispers in the village would only worsen if word got out. The pain became her burden to bear alone. Meanwhile, Eo began spending less and less time at home, always claiming he was busy with work. But Bidemi knew the truth, he was avoiding her. Their life was crumbling, and she felt utterly abandoned. In stark contrast, Mama Shola's family became the talk of the village. Her daughters, once scorned and ridiculed, were now thriving. The transformation was astonishing. Rich suitors from faraway towns arrived bearing gifts, eager to win their hands in marriage. The daughters wore expensive clothes and gold jewelry, walking through the village with an air of confidence and pride. "They are so lucky," one villager whispered, watching them pass by. "Mama Shola's daughters are like magnets for wealth. Every man wants to marry them." The comparison stung Mama Tinu deeply. While her daughter's life seemed cursed, while others flourished, and she couldn't help but wonder if Bidemi and Eo's struggles would ever end. The sons of Mama Shola were thriving in ways that only added to the bitterness of Mama Tinu's situation. Successful traders who made trips to the city, they sold goods at a profit, bringing prosperity to the family. Mama Shola, once the subject of ridicule, now basked in the glow of her children's achievements. She would often boast loudly, ensuring that Mama Tinu, Bidemi's mother, could hear her words. "My children are a blessing," Mama Shola would declare with pride. "I thank the gods every day for giving me such hardworking, prosperous children." Meanwhile, the whispers in the village grew louder and more venomous. The villagers spoke in harsh tones, blaming Bidemi for Eo's downfall, accusing her of using witchcraft to destroy his life. One woman muttered, "Eo should have married someone else. She's nothing but bad luck." Jealous men who had once coveted Eo's success were now secretly relieved that they hadn't married Bidemi. Eo's friends turned their backs on him, avoiding him at every turn, while his relatives treated him and Bidemi as if they were strangers. The people he had once helped when he was wealthy now refused to offer him the same kindness, leaving Eo and Bidemi to fend for themselves. Bidemi's mother, hearing the cruel words whispered behind her back, began to question her own actions. "Have I caused this?" she wondered in agony, the weight of guilt pressing down on her. The pride she had once taken in Bidemi's successes now felt like a curse. In her remorse, Mama Tinu began to visit Bidemi more often. She would bring food, and though words often failed them both, she would sit in silence beside her daughter as she wept. The distance that had once existed between them seemed to melt away as Mama Tinu tried to comfort Bidemi in the only way she knew, by being present, even when there were no answers to the pain they shared. Mama Tinu's heart ached as she looked at her daughter, her face etched with worry. The news of Eo's outburst had reached her ears, and she rushed over, desperate to see for herself if Bidemi was truly alright. She found her daughter sitting in their small, dimly lit home, her face weary and eyes hollow. "Bidemi," Mama Tinu said gently, taking her daughter's hands in hers, her voice trembling with emotion. "You can't stay here anymore. Look at you. You're suffering, and Eo is treating you like an animal. Come home with me, my child." Bidemi's gaze remained steady, her determination unshaken. "Mama, I can't leave him," she replied softly, though her voice was filled with pain. "I know Eo isn't himself. Something is wrong, but I believe we can overcome it. I made a vow to him, and I will keep it, no matter what." Mama Tinu sighed deeply, her eyes searching her daughter's face as though looking for the girl she once knew, full of life, full of dreams. "But Bidemi, you're hurting yourself. This man is broke, and he's beating you, insulting you, treating you like a rag. You deserve better than this." Bidemi's heart clenched as she listened to her mother, but she could not be swayed. "Mama, I know it looks bad," she said, her voice cracking. "But I see the man I fell in love with underneath all this anger and pain. I won't give up on him." Her words hung heavy in the air, a silent testament to the love that still tethered her to Ao, despite everything. Mama Tinu could only watch, helpless, as her daughter clung to a hope that seemed to be fading with each passing day. Meanwhile, Mama Shola continued her evil rituals. Each time Bidemi used the mortar, Mama Shola would retreat to her secret room, pounding her evil mortar filled with blood and chanting incantations. She sacrificed each of Bidemi's unborn children to her gods, transferring Bidemi's blessings to her own children. Despite her suffering, Bidemi remained determined to find answers. She visited yet another pastor, a well-known spiritual leader in a nearby town. During the session, he claimed she was under a generational curse and demanded a large sum of money for special prayers. Desperate, Bidemi gave him what little she had, but nothing changed. Days turned into weeks, and Bidemi sank deeper into despair. Ao, though still present physically, was emotionally absent. Bidemi spent her days praying, her nights crying, and her dreams were haunted by her losses. One evening, after yet another fruitless prayer session, Bidemi knelt on the cold floor of her bedroom. "God, I can't do this anymore," she whispered, her voice shaking. "Please, show me the way. Show me what I'm doing wrong."